Hello, students. So today, uh, I want to help you guys review for the practical. So we've covered a bunch of topics that will be on the lab practical. So one of the first things that I want to talk about from the practical are what are called dichotomous keys. So remember, guys, a dichotomous key is used to determine what type of organism you're looking at. So, for example, if you were looking at a whole group of monkeys at the zoo, you could use a dichotomous key to figure out um, what sort of monkey you're looking at. So, um, for the practical, you guys will have to be able to write a dichotomous key. So, uh, we're going to write one together. So, a dichotomous key, remember, uh, lets you determine what you're looking at. So, the basic idea behind a dichotomous key is you can separate organisms based on their features into different types. So here we have four cats, A, B, C, and D. So now the first question, now we see that some of these are similar, right? But this one right here is clearly, it's probably some sort of bobcat or lynx or something, but it's not like a normal house cat. So the first question we could ask, and the goal, remember, is to separate this cat and identify this cat with a question from the rest of these. So the first question I might ask is, are the ears long? If yes, it is D. If not, continue. 2. So now we have cats A, B, and C. Now, I think that B and C are fairly similar, but I think A is kind of a little bit weird. So, um, now looking at cat A, we see that it kind of almost has curly hair on it. So, does the cat have curly hair? If yes, it is A. Otherwise, continue. Question 3. Now, this is a question that's going to let us distinguish this one from this one. So this one, does the cat have brown on it? If yes, B. Otherwise, C. Oh, sorry. If yes, C. Otherwise, good. So that is a dichotomous key. Now, if we were looking at these four pictures as a stranger, we could say, number 1, are the ears long? Yes. If it's yes, it's this one. Otherwise, continue. Does the cat have curly hair? This one has curly hair. Otherwise, continue. Does the cat have brown and not? If yes, C. Otherwise, B. So that's an example of a dichotomous key. So I want to give you guys another example. So here are some examples of bicycles. So we have A, B, and C. So again, we're going through the questions. Does the bicycle have more than one rear wheel? If yes, A. Otherwise, continue. Does the bicycle have a large back tire? If yes, C, otherwise B. So here are the questions. So here was a basic plan, right? We first separated out this one from B and C, and then we separated these two from each other. So the first question, does the bicycle have more than one rear wheel? So A is the only one with more than one rear wheel. And does the bicycle have a large back tire? If yes, C, otherwise B. Good. So microscopes, objective. So with microscopes, we have a very specific objective. Students will be able to determine the length of an object under a microscope. So in the world of microscopes, this is done by putting boxes of known length under a microscope. So sometimes it's on the slide, sometimes it's part of the slide. But basically what we do is we're going to put boxes of the same size right next to each other, and the boxes are going to be like a little ruler. So first question, how many boxes are there? We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So if each box is 1 centimeter long, how much distance is measured with these boxes? So we got 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters. So 5 centimeters total is measured with these boxes. Next one, how long is the pencil? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. So the pencil is 4 centimeters long. So this is what it might actually look like under a microscope. So the important thing to note here is the diameter and radius. So the diameter is up and down, right? Diameter is up and down or left and right. But recall that the diameter goes the whole way across. The diameter of a circle is the whole way across the circle. On the other hand, the radius is halfway. So it looks to me like, what is the diameter? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, call it 4 1/4. So the diameter is 4.25 centimeters. The radius is 1, 2. Give or take 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters. So 2 and so. So rounding is important. So I'm sure you guys all know how to round, but we're going to do a quick review of it just in case you're not sure. So we're going to round all these numbers to the tenths. So this is going to be 1.1. This one is going to be 2.2. This one is going to be 3.1. This one is going to be 6.7. So recall that this is the tenths place, and so to round to the tenths, we take the hundredths. If it's less than 5, we leave that number as it is. If it's greater than 5, it increases the next one. So as in this last one was the only one who had hundredths place greater than 5. So in that case, we raise this one. So our last goal. Our goal is to determine the density of a cube. So if we have D equals M over V, D is density, M is mass, V is volume. So if we are given a cube, we're going to need to find the mass and the volume of the cube. To find the volume of the cube, we're going to measure it with a ruler. So, one important note, when we look at a cube, If we know the length of one side, we know the length of all three sides. So the volume of a cube is length times width times height. So, for example, if you know a cube with a side of 3.1, to figure out the volume of it, we multiply length times width times height. Now, remember, a cube is the same on all sides. So, 3.1, so take our calculator. So 3.1 times 3.1 times 3.1. So we get 27.0, so 27.0, and this goes to a 8. So we get 28.0. Now, because we're rounding to the tenths, so we have to be very careful on the practical to do two things. Number one, units. And number two, rounding to the tenth. So, next one, mass determination of a cube. So, to determine the mass of a cube, we use the triple beam balance. So, let's see here. So now this right here is a simulator to attempt to determine the correct mass of an object. So we see we're looking at the hundreds place first. So we see the hundreds place, which is 2, then the tens place, which is 7, and then the ones place, which is a 0, because it's between 0 and 1, and the tens place, which is, we're going to say 5. Check. Great. We got it right. So this one, we put it on, it's lined up nice, so it's 260. So we start with hundreds place, 260, and then that looks like 6.123, and check. Good. So now this one, hundreds place, 550, and then 7.6, and check. Good. So so this right here is a triple beam balance simulator. So thing is, we're going to put, first thing we're going to do is we're going to we put our cone up here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to balance it, right? We want that line straight away lined up right there. So we start with hundreds place. So we switch it to the 100. We see that this line right here is still above that 0. So we know that this cone weighs above 100. So now we're going to go to 200. Again, still above that line. So we know that this cone weighs more than 200. 300, we know it's more. 400, we know it's more.